Hey guys, this is Mauro, and I am here today with legendary voice actors Maurice LaMarche and John DiMaggio, and we are going to be talking about Zootopia, which is hitting DVD, Blu-ray, Disney Movies Anywhere on Tuesday, June 7th. Thank you guys so much for coming in today.
We're glad to be here.
Yes,
Thrilled.
absolutely.
How could we not be thrilled to be in such a terrific movie?
It really is a fantastic
film.
It's a fantastic film, and it's great. And we've worked with Rich Moore, who was co-director of the film, before, and that's how we kind of got in. And
that was actually a perfect segue in my first question, which was when you guys were reading the script. I mean, did you have any kind of inkling, any kind of sense of what kind of phenomena, huge hit this was going to be?
No, I didn't. I didn't even realize what kind of a great crime caper it turned out to be. That was a real surprise.
That's one of the levels of the film. It's got so many levels to it. Nobody I know figures out the actual mystery of the film, and smart people. And they go, oh, it fooled me, and then there's the whole thing about not prejudging people, and then thinking you're the one person who doesn't, and then discovering you do. I mean, there's so much going on in that picture, but yeah, we were just just as John said, we got to work with Rich on Futurama, and I did previously on The Critic, and for my scene, I had no way. I knew I was in a funny little scene with a Godfather-like character. Because Rich called me up out of the blue and said, hey, you do a Godfather thing. I remember you did the Godfather on The Critic. And I was in like 2 days later, and we must have gone in, I think we did like about 8 days, where they just kept finessing the scene and writing. This is the beauty of this film, is they had the time and the money to just keep rewriting and rewriting
the money.
And rewriting, because the character was much more sinister and less likable when he first came into the film. So, but from that scene, I didn't know how much was going to be going on in this film. It's great.
Yeah.
John, how about you?
Well, I mean, with Rich, of course, we worked together on Futurama, and then I did some stuff for Wreck-It Ralph, which was kind of cool. But he brought me in, and he was just like, and he knows that I have stock New York characters, these kind of, people that are, hey, how you doing? You doing all right? I'm doing all right. Those kind of things. I mean, I grew up in New Jersey, and I was born in the city, and know those kind of people, and that's the kind of person that he wanted. And the elephant, Jerry Jumbo was, I mean, he's kind of a jerk. It's fun playing jerks, but it's an integral part of the film. That scene, I think, which is pretty wild and sets the tone for the lessons of
because you portray
of racism.
You portray
and
absolute bigotry in that.
And so
it's rare to see bigotry in a cartoon,
and especially in a Disney film.
Yeah,
so that was
you take
kind of
Fox
cool.
and replace it with any given ethnic group, and you go, well, this is the way certain ethnic groups are treated in our world.
Exactly.
Today.
It was a lot of fun to play that part, and a lot of fun to be working with Rich again.
The great thing, I guess, about both of your characters, it wasn't about channeling, like, what is an impersonation of an elephant speaking English sound like?
It's that guy. It's to really portray the ignorance of someone that is of that thought, and I've met them before, and I know what they sound like, and so I could identify with that, and and immediately channel what I know about that into the character and into the voice. And it was just a lot. It was just a lot of fun, and it was also to see myself on the screen as this jerk was just like, oh man, I felt awful for everybody else. I was like, oh man, that guy's a real jerk.
Yeah.
But I did it. Yeah. At least I knew I nailed it.
That's why they call it acting.
Yes, exactly.
Now, Mr. Big, on the other hand, completely steals the show.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. But, the scene in DMV makes me laugh.
This is true.
I don't
This
do a
laugh.
lot of laughing, but that makes me laugh.
So that is exactly what makes that performance so funny, right? Is that voice is coming out of such a tiny character. Do you get a final rendering and, okay, this is what my character is? Does that help influence the voice you're going to do, that sort of thing?
I mean, it's funny because, like, when you play an elephant, you think he's gonna have some kind of little kind of a thing, and it just didn't. It didn't need to be that way because they were just, it was just like kind of removed some of the physicalities from the voice and just play them straighter, play them more mainstream, At least that's what I did.
Yeah, as people. I didn't even know until my second recording session that he was an Arctic Shrew. I just thought he was, they just said just do the Godfather.
Arctic Shrew.
An Arctic Shrew. But in playing Big, I just played him as a human being.
Yeah.
And they did the rest. So I didn't get to see what I would have tried to do something small or shrew-like or, instead of just playing a crime boss.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Let me ask you, knock wood, we get a Zootopia 2. Do you guys have a particular animal that you would love to voice if they come knocking on your door and say, hey, we want you back?
I would love to do a polar bear that sounds like Barry White.
Yeah, they really didn't give those polar bears voice, did
No.
they? Yeah, I'd love to have that. That would be great.
I'm the polar bear. It's a beautiful thing. It's so cold. Baby, it's so cold outside. Welcome to Zootopia 2. Polar Bears Challenge. I don't know.
Nice, I like it.
I don't know.
I like it.
See, I don't want to play anybody else but Big again because he's such a great character. I think what it should be is that's the voice for one of his biggest bear, and Big and the bear go into the witness protection program.
Oh, there you go.
We keep seeing them all over maybe it's the TV series that spins off, and we see them all over the world as they keep getting discovered, and it's these two guys,
Yes. Kevin, you gotta help me out. They found me. Help hide me. Hide me in the folds
how
of your
can
fat.
they keep finding a shrew that is so tiny?
I'm gonna ice you.
It's beyond me.
I'm gonna bite you and ice you.
Well,
Put us under a cup.
I will put you.
And I will be the one left
Listen,
standing.
I'll tell you what. I understand, Mr. Big. I ain't trying to play with you, but if you want to get under a bowl with me, I can tell you one thing.
Yeah.
You're gonna be breakfast.
I don't know about that, my friend. You are gonna be ice cream. That's what you are.